holistic lifestyle. That's basically it. And yoga is the most, of all those things, yoga and for the yoga and this book are the two most important things, I would say. Power of Now and yoga is what I would say, and nature. It's all important. But,
David, Welcome to Moving On TV, the new TV channel for us, the positive, inspirational TV channel. My name is Lauren Hope. I am the founder and CEO of Moving On TV. No one is ordinary. We're all special, unique, wonderful human beings. We're all celebrities with our own talents and strengths and dreams. Moving On TV is here for all of us. We have a book show if you wrote a book. We're looking for talent, for Moving On talent. We want to stream you. We don't want you to compete. Artists shouldn't have to compete. It's disrespectful. And we're going to produce a new musical, and you could be in it. And we're going to serialize it for everyone. We're not going to have the news. We're going to have the happy news. Positive, inspirational, happy stories, which are actually the majority of the stories in the world that are happening all around us, except no one wants to give them to you. And of course, because we're run by solution-based people, life coaches, we want to give you the truth and to help you move on. So we want to know why these tragedies are happening all around us. Why are so many people being hit off their bicycles? What is the solution to all these problems in our world? How can we have a better world, a more peaceful world? We're looking for you. We're looking for all of you. Everyone has a unique story. We're looking for hosts, presenters, all age groups, particularly older people that are not being given any opportunities. Come and work on our media. Cameramen, editors, anyone who wants to work with us. And of course, sponsors, organic makeup and organic products that are helping the environment and the human race. Come on board Moving On TV, the new positive channel, the channel that gives you hope. You're depressed. Come on board Moving On TV. See you soon. Bye. Welcome to Moving On TV. Welcome to Moving On TV. Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV and to Interview with Heroes. And today I'm going to be interviewing Daddy Dragon, Graham Moore, alias Graham Moore, aka Graham Moore. Who is Daddy Dragon? Where did he come from? Why is he called Daddy Dragon? And all sorts of stuff like that. So this is the beginning of the interview. The first part will be on YouTube, very tame. The second part will be on BitChute, and the third whole of the interview will be on our Patreon. So please join our Patreon to watch the whole interview from start to finish. Thank you so much and welcome to Moving On TV. And let's welcome Graham Moore, Daddy Dragon, onto Moving On TV. So there we go. See you soon. Welcome to Moving On TV. And today we've got a big interview. We've got an interview with Daddy Dragon, Graham Moore. Welcome to Moving On TV. Today we've got an interview with a man who calls himself Daddy Dragon, Graham Moore. He also runs the Full English show, which I'm going to ask him about. But I want to know where the name came from, who gave it to him, who is he? I want to dig deep and find out everything I can about Graham Moore. And where did he come from? How did he start? And where does all this come from? So you'll be able to watch some of this on YouTube. And then we're going to dive real deep for BitChute and the whole of the interview on Patreon. It should be extra from the BitChute bit. So please join our Patreon, Moving On TV Patreon, in order to get our deeper interviews. Take care and enjoy the interview. Welcome to Interview with Heroes, Graham Moore. Daddy Dragon, how are you today in this very snowy day that we're in here in the UK? There we go. So there we go. So hi, how are you today, Graham? Daddy Dragon, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. Getting ready not only for this interview, but then obviously going live a little bit later on my own channel. So yeah. Fantastic,
fantastic. And it's called The Full English, is that right?
The Full English Show, and it doesn't refer to a breakfast, it refers to the Constitution.
Obviously, yeah. No, but okay, so to start off with, I just want you to tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, because I don't know a lot about you. You know, I've been watching you over the years, and I know that your show is there. But who is Graham Moore? I mean, where were you born? You know, where do you come from? And how did you get the name Daddy Dragon? Because I'm really interested in that as well.
Right, well, in that case, I would explain it to you, because that is a good question, and a number of people ask me that. So the first thing is that I was born in Chelsea, in London, and Fulham. Basically, it was St Stephen's Hospital in Chelsea. We was in, at the time, Peabody Trust buildings, which were built for the poor. And I lived in there with my family, with my mum, dad, and the rest of the extended family, all literally lived in these buildings, which are still there, except they're being sold off for millions of pounds, which isn't what they was built for. And I come from a family of what's known as tradesmen, which were metal spinners. And metal spinning is a skill. It's like pottery, except it's with metal, right? So if you imagine someone doing a pottery thing, and then you remove that image and you have a lathe and you have a blank piece of metal, a circle, and it's put on a lathe and it spins really fast, and then you've got your tools and you spin it over a chuck. Mm-hmm. And that basically is what creates the metal spinning, and it is the interaction between me and the metal, and it was and still is a skill and a craft all over the world. So that traditional trade went back generations, including my granddad. And again, my granddad fought in the First World War, etc. He started off as a communist, and then he realised that communism was really bad, and he changed. He trained all of his sons to be a tradesman and in the craft of metal spinning, and they created their own business. So he went from being a communist to that. And one of the reasons he did that, quite frankly, was because when he was up north in Birmingham, I believe it was, he actually helped create a strike. He was like the trade union steward in the workshop, and they was demanding more money for their wages. And in the end, the factory owner said, okay, I'll give you whatever it was, 2 and 6 or whatever the figure was, as an increase in your wages. And then he said, okay, lads, we'll go back to work, right? And as they went to go back into the factory owner put his hand up and said, not you, to my granddad. And all the men went back to work on their lathes and carried on working. And my granddad was then blacklisted by the Mastercraft at the time. And he couldn't get a job anywhere. And he walked the streets with his tools and 2 little children in hand. And he walked everywhere trying to get a job. In the end, he came to London and he went into a factory, and the bloke said to him, can you do the job? Basically, the question to it, he said to the guy, look, I'm blacklisted for working, which I have been as well, right? And the guy who owned the factory said, I don't care about any of that. Can you do the job? And he said, yes, sir, I can. And he said, there's your lathe, get on with it and keep your nose clean. And from that point on, he continued, but he never had anything to do with communism or anything like that again. And there's more of that story. In fact, there's my dad telling the story. My dad's 90. And my dad ran his own factory for 40 odd years. So that's basically where I come from. And I've worked in a factory, etc. I educated myself. I didn't like school. And one of the reasons I didn't, funny enough, was because they was trying to make you think in a certain way. And my brain don't work like that. I'm not interested in being brainwashed. I always look at original sources as much as I possibly can, including the archives, some of them going back hundreds of years. And the basis of it is, my dad was brought up to the school because the headmaster had something to say about me. And he went up to the school and the headmaster said, we've got a problem with your son. And my dad said, well, what's that? And he said, well, he wants to be a bricklayer and we want him to be an architect. So my dad said, what's wrong with being a bricklayer? But it was the difference between a profession and a trade, right? So that basically was where we all come from as a family. My father's done really well. My mum died when I was younger of breast cancer. So there's certain things obviously that affect your life in that way. So that's where I come from.
Sorry, Graham, what did you want to be?
What did I want to be?
Yeah.
Do you want from the early age, as early as I can remember, from probably 3 years old, all I ever wanted to do was join the army.
Okay.
I loved the military. I loved the army. My bedroom was plastered with tanks, machine guns, and all sorts of stuff. And I absolutely believed in the army and the military and loved it. And I loved it. I was an army cadet. And, you know, that's basically what happened.
Okay.
But I didn't join the military. The reason I didn't join the military is because at a very early age, I had a child. So when I was 16, my first child was born, my daughter. And against the odds of many other people, including my wife's friends, I persuaded her not to have an abortion. I believe abortion is murder. And We was then together for 33 years. The mother and I brought up the kids, etc., etc. So you know, that's just my belief, and there's a lot to that. Getting back to the other part of the question is, where did Daddy Dragon, the name, come from?
Where did you get the name from? Who named you?
Well, I didn't name myself, funny enough, because, right, so the easiest way to explain this is that the original flag of England is a dragon, right? That's the original flag. And it's not actually called a dragon, but everyone looks at it as a dragon, right? So that was the original one that they used to take into battle with them. That was what defined the English flag and the English nation, was that. So because I used that English dragon in most, and you can see it behind me, in most of my media and different bits and pieces on Facebook at the time, etc. I went somewhere, I think it was Manchester, and there was a number of what we described as dragons up there, and I was presented with a gift, and on the gift it said, "To Father Dragon." And then I was sent a book by someone else, and it said, "To Father Dragon." So people then started calling me Daddy Dragon.
Okay.
That's where it come from.
Motv dukebox. Motv dukebox. We play your music. All the best songwriters around the world on Motv dukebox. Woo! Join us for Janie Small, Joey Wells, Lauren O'Glory, Sarah Stone, Richard Murray, Larry Payne, Larry Senior, and who else? Luke Barrett, Bulgarian songwriters, and more, and more, and more. Richard Murray and our jingle. Icy hot winter radio songs. Paul McDonald and Lauren Hope Glory and our vision. Join us! Woo! And first of all, our jingle, Richard Murray, written by Richard Murray. Welcome to Moving On TV. Hi guys, hope you're doing well today. Hope you're all having an amazing day. I haven't slept at all.
I recorded a video, Red. Red recorded a video of some songs which will go on, a little bit cheeky. We'll go on later. But let's get going with some music, starting with Sarah's Hope. Let's get some music on, guys. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. No doubt I'll sleep, hopefully I'll sleep well tonight, as I haven't slept at all now. I don't remember since when. I didn't sleep last night. I remember that I didn't sleep last night. Okay. So you have to forgive me if I'm not 100% with it. And this thing isn't as working as well as I'd like it to either. Yeah. Sarah's Hope and All Alone.
You're always on my mind, circling round my brain. It happens all the time. I close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you were next to me, but you're no longer here. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. I really cannot take. Want to break the barriers that you and I would make. There'll always be a part of you down deep inside. In the corners of my heart, you're always on my mind. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. Try to follow all the cycles of the night. Up and down the feelings go, I know it isn't right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again. You'll always be there. You'll always be there. Of the night, up and down the feelings go, I know it is right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again. You'll always be there. I feel the cold dark night go trembling through my skin. Bar the doors and windows tight, so I won't let it in. All alone. The trees have finally shed their leaves and winter is here. So our love will slowly die and I will shed a tear. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together,
imagine to have snow caps. It must be fairly cold.
Close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you
Good evening.
wish
Day one?
together.
Day one of our trip to Edinburgh. Today is the 16th of, what is it, August.
It's cool here, isn't it? You can sort of...
You down deep inside in the not all alone.
Welcome to the Tarot Show.
Night. Up and down the feelings go, I know it is right. Reaching out to touch your love.
Guys, welcome to the awakening.
You'll always be there.
Hello there. Welcome back to Life Coaching with Lauren, and achieving your dream life, as we explained before, is what's important.
It's disgusting. Look at me. I have to live in this stupid shower cap all the time, just in case I'm called to moving on TV. So the minute I get in me bath. Now, for God's sake, Janie, I'm not having it. I'm not having the accent problem, because then I have to start like Piaf again, and oh my God, it goes very quickly into French. Oh, I don't know what's happening to me, Janie. I'm merging all these characters. Hello there, this is Henry Miller. You're right today, Janie. Right, I come from the southern. Oh, it's like Jenny. I don't know. Where am I? Baba Bertha, come back. Hello. Oh, right. I'm back. Right. I have these buttons I press, right?
And I will shed a day with you together.
Yes, Edward. I can hear you thinking.
RS,
What, the
The
Public Rubbish Society?
the Performing Rights Society.
What are you talking about? Oh, get on with
The-
it. Tell me what you're talking about.
Let me read you the important email, Madame PF. It says, Madame PF, you owe the PRS €1 million for performing your own songs, which you have not asked for.